So, first of all, you're coming back to Chile for a very special tour celebrating 40 years of the band. So, what can we expect of this show? Will you play songs from every album? Will you focus on the classics, maybe something new? Tell me about it.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. We are 40 years in making music with living color, and we're going to touch base on pretty much all of the records that we've done and put together something that the fans could actually, engage with what we've done over those 40 years. Basically, okay, it's 2026, we're coming. Um, and the first Living Color Vivid record came out, I believe, in what was it, 88 or 89 or something like that. That being said, between Vivid, Time's Up, Stain, Chair in the Doorway, um, I'm probably forgetting another two or three records, but Shade. Um, we want to touch base on all of those records and be able to um, just kind of have a great conversation with the fans, because the Chile fans are fantastic, and maybe we can introduce them to some songs they're not familiar with.
Great. And like you were telling me, you are now recording some new songs with Living Color. So tell me, how is that process going, and how do you think it's something different that you have never done before, or is it just sounds like the classic sound of Living Color?
Well, it's a work in progress right now. We're currently in the studio in Connecticut, and like when you're making records, you just take your time. When it's right, it's right. But we are having a good time playing some different frequencies, as I would say. Also, coming up with some good classic riffs. So let's see how it unfolds. The key is being together and being in the studio and making music as opposed to talking about it from a distance. And I'm excited. Vernon and Corey will. We're all here, and we're looking forward to continuing this writing process and moving forward with making this record happen. It's always challenging, man. It takes a minute, but we're here and we're engaged. So maybe we'll test the water out on a new song in Chile. Let's see what happens.
That would be great. So, the lyrics of Living Color always had this kind of social message. It's very direct in terms of talking about issues that happened there in the USA since their beginning. So, given the fact that it's a very complicated world today, that there's many unrest everywhere in every part of the world, do you think that somehow that could have an influence on the lyrics for this next album?
Well, yes, it does. And it's been consistent with pretty much all of our Living Color songs over time, some songs. So, yeah, we are in a real interesting time frame right now, especially here in America. And I know it's playing out in other cities and towns across the world. We're not afraid to talk about the issues at hand. We're not trying to wave a flag, but we want to have a voice and make sure our voice is heard and play that out to a live audience. So, yeah, we're living in some very, very interesting times politically. It's very challenging. And at the same time, we're living at a time when there's a lot of distractions going on, where it's easy to not pay attention to what's happening because, again, you're on your phone or you're on social media when, maybe that time could be spent by you maybe figuring out how to get to the to the election to vote and do things like that. So that being said, we've always been engaged in what's going on. We never took a back seat to some of the issues that have taken place. And we're not going to do that right now. So um, again, music is a reflection of your life. How you live it comes out in your music, and we want to be able to make sure that what we're doing is um, is real and also could hopefully be able to inspire some other folks that are out there that believe in the same kind of vibe. Look, we got leaders that are not leading. We got politicians that are stealing. We have people that can't pay their rent. Prices are going up. Groceries are going up. Fuel is going up. Everything is just off the chain right now, and that's based on the stroke of a pen, and how politicians decide things that influence that not influence us, but we have to deal with certain things that somebody else comes up with, and it's tough right now. So I want to take a breath and figure out how we can contribute to the idea of how to make uh, this world better with even with just our frequencies and going out there playing some music. And coming to Chile is going to be great for the band. We haven't been there in a while, and I know every place is going through some deep times. And let's see what we can do to be able to bring a group of people together, get all the students out there, the next generation. Let's have a party and have a good conversation while we're all on stage.
Great. And there's many songs, classic songs from Living Color that talk about some very important issues, political issues, for example, that you were telling me. But it seems now that these songs are very relevant still today. Do you feel that nothing has changed since then?
Well, the only thing that has changed are the is just different faces of our leaders.
Mm.
And at the same time, some haven't changed. Some leaders have been there for ages. And but um, what has changed is the fact that we can have our voice heard. And social media is definitely a way that has been able to get everybody's voice heard. It has pluses and minuses with that. But our songs stand the test of time from cult to personality. Um, I mean, that explains how that's exactly what's going on right now in America. And I'm not afraid to say that without getting too deep into it. Um, but yes, the situation remains the same, but the faces and the names might be slightly different now. And at the end of the day, look, it's up to every individual to take time to be able to think about what they want to do, what they want to do for their families, and what they believe in, and also try to see through some stuff that's just not it's not real. You have people telling you, "Oh, blue is green." No, blue is blue. It's not green. Can you can you find a way how to align yourself with other like-minded people that can also possibly take the time to make a change? It doesn't happen by you sitting on the couch. You got to get up and try to make something happen peacefully. So our songs have always it's like the news with a beat. We kind of find a way how to just have that conversation. And again, we're not waving flags and trying to look what I can do. It's just we're talking loud, but we're saying something, and that's what it's all about.
Great. And when you first entered the band back in 92, the first album you did with the band was Stains, an album that wasn't too well received back then because of this change on their sound, but now it's very praised by many fans, many critics. So what do you remember of that moment of the reception of that album, and how do you see it now after all these years?
Well, again, when you make records over time, you do the record and then you put it out there, and then people can have their opinions of what's going on. But you got to remember, sometimes people are in digital delay, when they're hearing things or they're attached to something, and that's just the way things are. Oh, this is popular at the time. Everybody shifts. Certain people will shift, but the key is if you make a record, you want it to stand the test of time. And that's what Stain does. Yeah, Stain is a great record. I never saw it as anything but great. I remember the time period that we did it. And again, I got in the band and there was a shift. Um, but the reality of it is, if you listen to the sound of that record and you listen to the songs, you put it up against the other two records, you'll hear that there is a shift. You'll hear something that's different. And now, as you can reflect and go and listen back, maybe now with now the person that might have not liked it has a different mind right now. Maybe their mind is a little more open or more mature, or you have folks that are hearing it for the first time and say, "This is killer." So none of those things really phase me. Look, I started making records for 17 years before I played a note with Living Color. And my frame is not necessarily tangled up on what somebody thinks. It's what you do. And we did that record and it stands the test of time. That's it. There's nothing else that needs to be said. So people are going to say what they want to say. And then, let them say it. At least they're saying something. That doesn't bother me one bit. I love the record. I think it sounds great. And I'm glad we're still here and we're still engaged at this time when there's a lot of folks from 1993 that aren't engaged anymore. So thankful that we're here making the record right now in Connecticut.
Great. And you have been here in Chile many times. The last one was, I think, 2023, I think. So what do you remember of all those times you have been here? And is there one show that you remember the most?
Well, every time we play in Chile, it's off the chain. The fans are second to none, and it's interesting because I've been to Chile not just with Living Color but with Taria.
Yeah.
So it's kind of okay. What year was it? Hang on a minute. And I was there when the students were protesting.
Yeah.
We arrived that Sunday. We were supposed to do a show and it got canceled. So it's a bit. My memory is a bit foggy at the moment when we were there with Living Color. Was it in 2023?
Yeah, I think it was 2023, yeah. Or
Interesting.
the
Yeah.
last time.
Okay. Yeah. So,
24,
where did
24,
where
sorry.
it was 2024.
Yeah. Yeah,
Where
that's
did
it.
we perform?
Well, you perform, I think I wasn't there, but you perform in a club, in a little club here in Santiago.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. What was the name of the club?
Club Chocolate, chocolate.
Yes, Club Chocolate. I think
Yeah.
we're coming. Are we coming back to Club Chocolate again?
I don't remember what you're gonna be playing. Let me check this out. No, you're going to play in a theater, a little bigger than that one.
I remember Club Chocolate now. Sorry about that. My
Yeah,
memory's a
don't
bit
worry.
foggy. That was a great gig. It was really, really good. I like the location of where the club was at. We had a great show. So yeah, yeah, Chile's a special place for us. When we toured, when I first joined the band, first show was in Rio de Janeiro for Hollywood Rock, and then we played Sao Paulo. Then we did another tour. We came back to South America, and then we played Chile. And later in that year, I believe, and no, that was 1993.
Yeah.
And again, Chile has gone through some challenges, and I'm glad that the fans were able to come out and support Living Color because our songs align with the fans. And dude, it's just you go on stage and to be received by all the beautiful folks from Chile has always been great. It's always great to see all the guys up front just singing all the songs. Man, all you have to do is play a couple of notes and they sing the rest of the songs for you, man. So it's quite a experience playing in Chile and in South America in general.
Great. So, is there anything that you would like to say to your fans that are here, that are waiting for this return to our country next year?
Yeah, listen, first of all, support all live music. Living Color is coming, but also support all the bands that take the time to get in a flight, and leave their homes and come and play live. This is what's needed now. So that's first and foremost. And I'd like to wish all of those that come to the gig, make it there safe, come hang out, come on my side of the stage. You know what I mean? There'll be some pics I'll be flinging. No, just if you can, please come out. We love the support. We love going to Chile and also seeing all the beautiful men and women that come and support us. So, yeah, looking forward to the trip. On behalf of Living Color, Vernon, Corey, and Will, we're excited. We got something special for y'all, and we'll see you at the Groove, man. We'll see you there.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I hope this time I can be there because I've never seen Living Color live before, so I hope this is gonna be my first time.
Okay, all right. Well, come on. I'll see you there.
Yeah, see you there, my friend. Thank you so much for your time and keep on the recording. I hope
All
the
right.
it's gonna be great. Thank
Yeah,
you, my friend.
this is the studio. We're recording.
Great,
You can see it in real time, right? This is what's happening right now. The
great,
guys are in the room right now, so we are
great.
here.
Yeah,
All right, brother.
Okay, thank you so
Take
much, my
care.
friend. See you soon. Bye bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye.